Behind the music, behind the fame, there's a painful secret Kanye West has carried since he was a kid. Today, for the first time, he's telling the world. Kanye West just revealed something so dark, so personal, it left even his biggest fans speechless. This isn't about fame, it's about a secret he's hidden for decades, and it changes everything. For years, Kanye has been a lightning rod for controversy. Whether it was storming award stages, airing out celebrity feuds, or dropping jaw-dropping tweets that left the internet scrambling. But this time, it wasn't about politics, fashion, or fame. It was about something personal, something that even his closest fans never saw coming. Because Kanye just made a shocking confession, one that's tied to his childhood, his family, and a deep wound he's been carrying for decades. And once you hear the full story, you'll never see Kanye the same way again. It all started with a simple post on X, a platform Kanye has often used like a personal diary, letting millions of people peer directly into his unfiltered thoughts. This time he shared a clip from a new track called Cousins, and at first glance it seemed like typical Kanye, cryptic, emotional, raw. But when fans listened closely, they realized it wasn't just another emotional song, it was a confession. Kanye admitted that when he was a child, he and his male cousin engaged in inappropriate behavior, triggered after they found adult magazines hidden in his mother Donda's closet. He wasn't vague. He wasn't hinting. He flat out said it. In his own words, Kanye described how the exposure to explicit images confused them, how curiosity turned into something that haunted him into adulthood. It wasn't just a lyric, it was Kanye finally tearing down the wall around one of the darkest corners of his life. But what he said next made the situation even more heartbreaking. The lyrics are gut-wrenching. Kanye raps, "Hanging with my cousin reading dirty magazines. We seen some men kiss and we ain't know what that's steaming. Then we start reenacting everything that we had seen. That's when I gave my cousin head." The words are repeated multiple times throughout the track, not in celebration, but almost like a confession he's been rehearsing in his mind for years. It's painful, it's shocking, and it's clear that Kanye isn't trying to be provocative. He's wrestling with a traumatic memory that shaped him. Kanye also made it clear he's not attracted to men. To him, this wasn't about identity or orientation. It was about innocence lost too soon.
I don't think they understand that I'm not attracted to a man. If I don't skip.
A confusing, heartbreaking moment that left scars invisible to the public eye, but impossible for him to forget. And if you thought that was the deepest layer of his confession, you'd be wrong. What made Kanye's admission even heavier was how he tied it to real-world consequences. Because the cousin he referenced, he's now serving a life sentence for murder. Kanye opened up about the crushing guilt he feels, wondering if that early exposure, that early confusion, somehow twisted the path his cousin's life would eventually take. Kanye described his feelings of responsibility, admitting that in his self-centered mess, he carried the belief that he set a chain reaction in motion. Showing his cousin those magazines, acting out what they saw, Kanye feared it wasn't just childhood confusion, but a catalyst for something far darker. He never said it was an excuse. He never tried to justify the horrific crime his cousin committed later. But in Kanye's mind, it was all connected. A haunting what if that refused to let him go. And this wasn't the first time Kanye spoke about this relative. It's just that, until now, no one realized how deep the story actually went. If you go back to 2018, you'll find Kanye casually mentioning his cousin during an interview with Jimmy Kimmel. If you're still watching, you're deep in the real story. And trust me, it only gets crazier. Hit the subscribe, like, comment, and share buttons if you want more untold stories like this one. It helps a lot more than you think. My cousin is locked up for murder. I love him. He did a bad thing, but I still love him. At the time, it sounded like a simple acknowledgement, another complex piece of Kanye's family history. But it didn't stop there. In 2020, Kim Kardashian, then still married to Kanye, spoke about the same cousin during her advocacy work for prison reform. She revealed that he had been sentenced to 2 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole, after committing murder at just 17 years old.
His aunt, my husband's aunt, his cousin has a double life sentence for a murder. She's like, I'm not even that distraught anymore. Like, that's just what happens. to the kids in our neighborhood. Like, there's just no other choice.
Back then, the story seemed sad but distant. Now, knowing Kanye's hidden guilt, it hits differently. The tragedy feels more personal, more tragic, and far more intertwined with Kanye's lifelong emotional struggles. And behind it all, there was another layer Kanye hadn't revealed until now. One that would throw even more gasoline on the fire. It wasn't just the lyrics that shook fans. It was the visual that came with them. The Cousins video is a whirlwind of painful, chaotic images. Home videos mixed with flashes of gun violence, blurred semi-pornographic visuals, and a burning cross filling the screen. There's a sign that reads 4FTS, though fans are still debating what exactly it means. The burning cross imagery alone sent shockwaves through social media. Some viewed it as a symbol of rebellion against the expectations placed on Kanye. Others saw it as a desperate cry for help, or even a commentary on feeling abandoned by both faith and family. Regardless of interpretation, one thing was clear. This wasn't polished, radio-friendly Kanye. This was raw, broken, defiant Kanye, grappling with memories he could no longer suppress. But the song's shocking revelations didn't stop with the cousin. Kanye had even more family secrets to air, and they were just as unsettling. In a move that stunned even longtime Kanye watchers, he dropped another bombshell. He claimed his beloved mother, Donda West, had hidden a secret of her own, that she was a lesbian. Kanye talked about discovering those magazines as a young boy, tucked away in Donda's closet, long before he understood what any of it meant. He implied that his mother lived a life filled with hidden struggles, masking her true self from the world. If true, it casts an entirely different light on Donda's legacy, and on Kanye's complicated, often tormented relationship with her memory. For years, Kanye has described his mother as his greatest source of love and pain, immortalizing her in songs like Hey Mama and Donda. Now, it seems even that love was built on secrets too heavy to carry. The revelations left fans asking, was Kanye finally confronting generations of buried trauma? Or was he unraveling under the weight of it all? Kanye West's confession in Cousins isn't just another headline. It's not a publicity stunt or a marketing gimmick or another shocking tweet lost in the noise. It's a painful, unfiltered glimpse into a life shaped by trauma, guilt, confusion, and secrets. A life that fame, fortune, and global influence could never truly heal. Kanye has always worn his emotions on his sleeve, but with Cousins, he tore the sleeve off completely and let the raw wound bleed in front of the world. Some fans believe this is Kanye's way of finding freedom, finally letting go of the shame he carried for so long. Others fear it's a warning sign of deeper mental health battles still raging behind the scenes.
I feel like I have a responsibility to innovate and to fight for creativity.
The music just adds to real life, and that's what I want to do, add to someone's life.
Either way, after hearing what Kanye has confessed, one thing is undeniable. The story of Kanye West, the real story, is far darker, far more tragic, and far more human than we ever imagined. And this time, it's a story that even Kanye can't rewrite. Kanye's story proves that no amount of fame or success can erase real pain. If you want to hear more truths hidden behind the headlines, make sure to subscribe. There's so much more they never tell you.